I want to tell you about two skincare brands. The first brand had a world-class product, beautiful packaging, a real marketing budget, a team of people who knew the beauty industry inside and out. They launched on Amazon with everything going for them. Within 18 months, they pulled their products off the platform entirely, millions of dollars lost. The Amazon experiment, as they called it internally, was declared a failure. The second brand was started by one person working from their kitchen. No marketing budget to speak of, no industry connections. A product they'd formulated themselves based on their own skin struggles. Within 2 years, they were doing consistent 6 figures a month on Amazon. They now have a waiting list. Same platform, same category, completely opposite results. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because after 10 years in this industry, I can tell you the difference comes down to a handful of very specific decisions. And once you see them, you cannot unsee them. I'm Rara Gian. I've spent 10 years selling, consulting, and studying the skincare and beauty space on Amazon. I've had a front row seat to some remarkable successes and some genuinely painful failures, including some of my own. This channel is where I share everything I've learned. The real stuff, not the highlight reel. If you're building a skincare brand or you're an Amazon seller thinking about moving into beauty, subscribe. This is exactly the content that would have saved me years of trial and error when I was starting out. Let's get into it. Before I get into the case studies, I want to frame something, because understanding this will make the stories make a lot more sense. Most skincare brands that fail on Amazon share one core misunderstanding. They think Amazon is a distribution channel. It is not. A distribution channel is somewhere you put products so people can find them. A warehouse, a retailer, a website. Amazon is a search engine where purchase intent is already baked in. Every single person who types vitamin C serum or moisturizer for dry skin or retinol for beginners into that search bar is not browsing. They are looking to buy something, today, right now. That changes everything about how you need to show up. When brands treat Amazon like a distribution channel, they list their product the same way they'd put it on a shelf, with a decent photo, a product description, a price. And then they wait for customers to find them. When brands treat Amazon like a search engine, they ask a completely different set of questions. What is my customer typing when they have the problem my product solves? How do I make sure my listing is the most relevant, most trustworthy answer to that search? How do I make it impossible for someone to scroll past me? Keep that distinction in your mind. It's the thread that runs through everything I'm about to show you. Okay, first case study, the failure. I'm going to blend two real situations here. One from a well-known public brand whose Amazon struggles have been widely discussed in the industry, and one from a brand I worked with closely whose story I'm keeping anonymous to protect them. The lessons from both are identical. Let's start with what happened publicly with a brand most of you will recognize, Glossier. Glossier built one of the most beloved skincare and beauty brands of the last decade. Cult following, incredible brand identity, products that genuinely worked. They grew almost entirely through direct-to-consumer, their own website, social media, word of mouth. For years, they resisted Amazon entirely. Their brand identity was built around the experience of buying directly from them. The pink packaging, the personal touch, the community. When they eventually made products available through third-party sellers on Amazon, not officially, but through resellers, something interesting happened. The Amazon experience was completely disconnected from the Glossier brand. No A-plus content, no brand story, no control over the listing. Reviews were mixed because customers had different expectations. The magic that made Glossier simply did not translate. Now here's the anonymous story that mirrors this exactly. A brand I worked with, a genuinely excellent clean skincare line, strong retail presence, loyal customer base, decided to launch on Amazon after years of avoiding it. They were motivated by the revenue opportunity and some pressure from investors. They handed the Amazon launch to their existing e-commerce team, people who were excellent at running their Shopify store but had never sold on Amazon before. The approach was, let's get the products listed and see what happens. Here is what they did. They used the same product photography from their website, beautiful lifestyle images, almost no white background shots optimized for Amazon search thumbnails. They copied their website product descriptions into the bullet points, beautifully written, not a single keyword researched for Amazon search behavior. They priced at full retail, significantly higher than comparable products already winning on Amazon, with no launch strategy, no coupons, no velocity building. They enrolled in no advertising for the first 3 months, assuming organic traffic would come. They had 0 reviews at launch and no plan to generate them. After 6 months, virtually no organic ranking. Ad campaigns launched late with no listing optimization to support them, meaning they were paying for clicks that didn't convert. 3-star average review because early customers had expectations set by the brand's beautiful website and felt the Amazon experience didn't match. They spent significant money and walked away with almost nothing to show for it. The conclusion internally was, Amazon doesn't work for premium skincare brands. That conclusion was wrong. Amazon didn't work for that approach to premium skincare. Let me pull out exactly what went wrong, because these are mistakes I see constantly, not just from big brands, but from sellers at every level. Lesson 1. Brand equity from other channels does not automatically transfer to Amazon. Glossier's community loved them. That anonymous brand's retail customers loved them. Amazon customers don't know that story unless you tell it. On Amazon, in the listing, in the A+ content, in the brand story section. You have to rebuild trust from scratch on every platform. Lesson 2. Amazon photography is its own discipline. What works on your website, editorial, lifestyle, mood, is not what drives clicks in Amazon search results. Your main image needs to stop a scroll in a grid of thumbnails. That requires a different strategy entirely. Lesson 3. Keywords are not optional. Amazon search is keyword-driven. If your listing doesn't contain the words your customer is typing, you are invisible. Elegant brand language and Amazon search language are almost never the same thing. Lesson 4. Pricing without a launch strategy is just guessing. Premium pricing on Amazon requires social proof, reviews, ratings, sales velocity to justify itself. Launching at full premium price with 0 reviews is asking customers to take a risk on you with no evidence. They won't. Lesson 5. Amazon is not passive. The brands that treat Amazon as a set-it-and-forget-it channel consistently underperform. Amazon rewards active management, listing optimization, ad management, review monitoring, inventory control. These 5 lessons are not complicated, but in my experience, brands that come from a strong direct-to-consumer background are actually more likely to make these mistakes, because what made them successful elsewhere actively works against them on Amazon. Now, let's talk about the success story. And this one I love because it proves that on Amazon, a great strategy beats a big budget more often than people think. I want to point to a publicly documented example first, CeraVe. CeraVe is now one of the top-selling skincare brands on Amazon globally. Dermatologist recommended, ceramide-based formulas, accessible price point. But here's what most people don't know. CeraVe was not always a dominant Amazon brand. They were a drugstore staple with moderate awareness until they made a series of very deliberate Amazon decisions. They dominated a specific keyword cluster, ceramide moisturizer. Moisturizer for dry skin, fragrance-free face wash. By building listings that were precisely optimized for those searches. They used clinical language that matched what informed skincare consumers were actually typing. They generated reviews at scale through consistent product quality and an aggressive post-purchase follow-up strategy. And when TikTok started driving skincare awareness organically, their Amazon listings were already perfectly positioned to capture that search traffic. The result, when millions of people went to Amazon to search for products they'd seen on TikTok, CeraVe was already there, already ranking, already converting. Now, the anonymous story, and this is the one that stays with me. A solo founder, one person, came to me after a year of struggling on Amazon with a niacinamide serum they'd developed for their own combination skin. Good product, real formulation. But the listing was a mess and they had 11 reviews after 12 months. We rebuilt everything from scratch over about 6 weeks. Here's exactly what changed. Decision 1. Keyword research before anything else. We used Helium-10 to find exactly what customers were searching for in their subcategory. The founder had been using brand language keywords, words like luminous and balancing complex. Real customers were typing niacinamide serum for large pores and pore minimizer serum oily skin. We rebuilt the title, bullets, and back-end keywords entirely around actual search behavior. Within 3 weeks, the listing began appearing in searches it had never shown up in before. Decision 2. New main image, tested against the old one. The original main image was beautiful, an artistic shot of the bottle against a marble background. It looked great on Instagram. On Amazon, it was getting lost in a grid of competitors. We created a new main image that showed the product clearly, included a texture drop of the serum, and added a single benefit callout: 10% niacinamide. Clean, specific, instantly communicates value. We ran an A/B test using Amazon's Manage Your Experiments tool. The new image increased click-through rate by 34% in 30 days. 34% more people clicking through without changing a single dollar of ad spend. Decision 3. A+ content built around the customer's real concerns. We interviewed the founder about the 10 most common questions and objections customers had about niacinamide serums. Then we built the A+ content section to answer every single one of them, with clean graphics, ingredient callouts, a skin type guide, and a simple before-after section. Conversion rate, the percentage of people who visited the listing and actually bought, went up by roughly 12%. Decision 4. Vine reviews before ads. We enrolled the product in Amazon Vine and got 20 honest reviews before touching the ad budget. Average rating, 4.6 stars. Then we turned on advertising. The same ad budget that had produced almost no results against an 11 review listing now had a 4.6 star, 31 review listing to send traffic to. ACOS, advertising cost of sale, dropped by nearly half. Same budget, better listing, dramatically better results. Decision 5. Subscribe and save enabled from day 1. Niacinamide serum is a repeat purchase product. Customers run out. By enabling subscribe and save at a 5% discount, within 90 days, nearly 30% of orders were subscription orders. Monthly revenue became predictable. Customer lifetime value went up significantly without spending an extra dollar on acquisition. 12 months after the rebuild, consistent 5 figures a month. Still one person running the brand. No warehouse, no team, no massive ad budget, just the right decisions made in the right order. I want to give you one more layer here, because looking at what the consistently top-performing skincare brands on Amazon do is its own case study. Whether you look at CeraVe, La Roche-Posay, The Ordinary, or EltaMD, brands that dominate skincare on Amazon year after year, they share a set of behaviors that smaller brands often overlook. They own a specific problem space. They don't try to be everything to everyone. CeraVe owns barrier repair. The Ordinary owns clinical actives at accessible prices. EltaMD owns dermatologist-recommended SPF. When a customer has that specific problem, those brands are the first thing that comes to mind, and the first listing that comes up. They invest in listing content like it's their storefront, Top brands treat their Amazon listing the way a retail brand treats a flagship store. Every image, every word, every section of A-plus content is deliberate. It's not an afterthought, it's a core marketing asset. They manage reviews like a relationship. They respond to negative reviews professionally and quickly. They use the Vine program for new product launches. They optimize the post-purchase experience to naturally generate positive reviews without violating Amazon's terms. They run advertising as a permanent strategy, not a launch tactic. The biggest brands on Amazon are always running ads. They're not running ads to launch and then turning them off. They run ads because they understand that Amazon advertising is both a traffic driver and an algorithmic signal. It tells Amazon's algorithm that your product is relevant and converting, which helps organic ranking too. The gap between these brands and the brands that fail is not product quality. I've seen incredible products fail and mediocre products succeed on Amazon. The gap is almost always strategy, execution, and consistency. I want to leave you with something that sits underneath all of the tactics I've shared today. A question that I think every skincare brand needs to answer before they do anything else on Amazon. The question is this: when my ideal customer types their problem into Amazon, what are they typing? And does my listing clearly answer that search better than anyone else? Not your brand name, not your product name. The problem. The thing that made them open Amazon in the first place. My skin feels tight after washing my face. I'm 45 and my skin is starting to look tired. I need something gentle for my rosacea. My pores look huge and I hate it. Every single winning skincare brand on Amazon has a clear, honest answer to that question. Their listing, from the title to the main image to the first bullet point, speaks directly to that customer in the language of their problem. The brands that fail are the ones answering a different question. They're answering, what is our product? Instead of, what is your problem? And here's why we solve it better than anyone else on this page. That shift, from product first to customer problem first, is the single biggest mindset change I've seen transform skincare brands on Amazon. It costs nothing. It changes everything. Let me give you something concrete to do with everything I've shared today. If you haven't launched on Amazon yet, before you list a single product, go to Amazon and search for your customer's problem, not your product name, their problem. Look at the top 5 listings that come up. Study them. What are they saying in the title? What does the main image show? What does the first bullet point address? That is your competitive landscape. Build your listing to beat those 5 specifically. If you're already on Amazon and not getting traction, go to your listing right now and read your main bullet point out loud. Does it immediately answer a customer's specific problem? Or does it describe your product? If it describes your product, rewrite it today. Start with the customer's pain point. Then introduce your product as the solution. If you're running ads and your ACoS is high, stop looking at your ads and start looking at your listing. High ACoS with low conversion almost always means the listing is the problem, not the ads. Fix the listing first. Then the ad spend starts working. I've put together a free skincare Amazon launch checklist that walks through every element I've covered today. Link is in the description. Use it as your blueprint whether you're launching or optimizing. The brands that win on Amazon are not always the ones with the best products. They're not always the ones with the biggest budgets. They're the ones who understand the platform, build their listing like a conversion machine, and treat it as a living business that needs consistent attention. After 10 years, I've seen it happen over and over, and I genuinely believe that with the right strategy, a great skincare product at any budget level can compete and win on Amazon. If this video gave you something useful, subscribe. I put out content like this every single week. Drop a comment and tell me. Are you currently selling on Amazon, thinking about launching, or dealing with a specific challenge I can help with? I read every comment, and if you know a skincare brand owner or Amazon seller who needs to hear this, share this video with them. It might save them a very expensive mistake. See you in the next one.